Hello. Let's understand what is DAG. DAG is commonly used in Spark to create a execution blueprint that Spark refers for processing the data. Think of it as a flowchart of all operations that need to happen. Imagine we have a simple query written in Spark. There are a sequence of operations that are being done as part of this query. Whenever we perform some action, that is like result.show, the driver program internally creates a sequence of activities that it needs to execute to achieve the desired result. Now let's discuss why it is called a DAG. D stands for directed. That means our DAG are unidirectional, like it must traverse in a specific direction. Why it is called acyclic? Because loops are not allowed. You can't have a sequence of operations that are in loop. Now, why does Spark create DAG? So there are a few reasons why it is helpful for the driver program. First is understand the entire workflow before execution. As we saw, it is creating a list of activities that it needs to do. So if it plans the sequence of activities beforehand, it will help it to optimize the operations better. It can identify where shuffles are needed, and it can divide the work into stages, and accordingly it can divide the stages into different tasks which will be actually executed by the executors in parallel. We'll discuss shuffling and tasks more descriptively in the next video. Let's see how DAG operates. If we have a sequence of operation being done on a data frame like df.filter, then we are selecting few columns, then group by, and in the end there is an aggregate called count. So what the driver will do, it will first create this DAG. In this DAG, it will first read the data frame. The first operation is read. Then as we saw, we have mentioned filter. Next is select, next group by, and then count. So this is the sequence of activities that it's need to do. Notices that the group by statement mentioned here requires a shuffle. That it will divide this whole operation into categories based on this shuffle. If we see that the group by requires a shuffling, the execution now looks somewhat like the stage 1 contains read, filter, and select. Whatever there was before shuffling became part of this first stage, and what came after shuffling became part of stage 2. Now finally each stage is divided into tasks. And what are these tasks? The smallest unit of work processing one partition. As we saw in the previous video, that the executors are responsible for processing one task at a time. That means they are processing one partition of the entire dataset, and these tasks are being done in parallel or to achieve distributed processing. Now a quick recap. First, you submit your Spark code to the driver program. The driver creates a DAG. DAG is split into stages based on the shuffling. Stages are split into tasks, and the tasks run on executors.